right, welcome everyone. We're so excited that you're here and you want to hear about what's new in ISV success. I just want to call out that if you have any questions throughout the presentation, you can reach out to experts through the chat and they will answer your questions and get back to you. I'm Olivia Nix, Director of Product Marketing, and I'm joined by my colleague Yvonne Mensch, Senior Director of Program Management. And we're both focused on ISV and marketplace, specifically recruiting, enabling, and supporting software companies as they look to build, publish apps, and sell them through the commercial marketplace. Just trying to get this to switch.
I'll try here.
Oh, there we go. Next slide. We can just go to the next one. Sorry about that. So covering our agenda for today, we're going to start out by highlighting recent product and marketplace advancements and providing an overview of the ISV Success offer. Yvonne is going to walk through new investments designed to help you build and publish AI solutions, as well as investments to accelerate sales through the commercial marketplace. And then we're going to finish with the best part. We've got Mike Mason here from Varonis, and we're going to have a conversation to hear how they have used these resources and benefits and put them to work in order to amplify their own business growth. So let's touch on a few of the product announcements that empower software companies to build differentiated AI apps, ship faster, and expand their reach to more customers. Azure AI Foundry is the new AI application platform, and the Azure AI Foundry SDK provides a code-first environment to work across models, search, agents, and monitoring, all from Visual Studio and GitHub. We also have exciting new model customization partners, such as Weights and Biases, that allow you to fine-tune OpenAI and really customize models for your specific use cases. With the right AI tools, it's possible to develop intelligent apps that anticipate user needs while also tapping into AI to streamline development and go to market faster. We've also got new capabilities in Marketplace. We recently announced that professional services are now transactable across UK, US, and Canadian markets, and this works for both selling your own services alongside apps, as well as for system integrators and other partners. Multi-party private offers have also expanded. Since September, MPO is now available not only in the US, but also in Canada and the UK. And agency fees for renewals are now 50% less. So this applies to any private offer renewal, whether the first sale was on or off the marketplace. So we have ISVs building innovative apps on the Microsoft AI platform, and they are using Marketplace to transact. So no matter what stage you are in, whether you are building, publishing, or looking to grow your sales, you can leverage targeted offers to get the support that you need. If you're building, migrating, or modernizing an app, ISV Success helps to ensure that those apps are well architected to publish on the Azure Marketplace, AppSource, as well as the Team Store. Once in Marketplace, there are go-to-market benefits through Marketplace rewards that help drive sales and accelerate business growth. And then for the highest performing ISVs, there are opportunities to pursue software designations. These provide differentiation through Marketplace badging, as well as greater discoverability with Marketplace customers, as well as with Microsoft sellers engaged in co-sell. Designations also offer additional go-to-market benefits, including the new advanced package in ISV Success that Yvonne is going to touch on later. It's worth calling out that this is not a single one-time journey. We often see ISVs simultaneously building a new app while they're also selling an existing solution. So this is cyclical, and you can tap into whatever resources you need at any given time. For anyone who's not already familiar or enrolled in ISV Success, eligibility is simple and straightforward. If you're building a B2B application on the Microsoft Cloud, we want to help you. You'll need to have at least one app currently in development with technical resources assigned and ready to engage with Microsoft, and you should be planning to publish your finished application in our commercial marketplace. And that's really all there is. Additionally, if you are a startup participating in Founders Hub, you can join both programs at the same time and use your ISV Success benefits specifically to get you published in the marketplace. So if you're not already enrolled in ISV Success, you can go to our ISV Hub website and we'll share that link at the end of this session. So once enrolled, these are the core benefits that you're eligible for. We have a cloud sandbox to offset development costs, including free Azure, Microsoft 365, and Dynamics 365. Best-in-class developer tools to support your coding, such as Visual Studio and GitHub. And these first two benefits together represent $126,000 in retail value. One-on-one technical consults are tailored to your specific development project, and once published, you receive go-to-market benefits through Marketplace Rewards. This includes things such as listing optimization consults, seller webinars, external PR support, and much more. And finally, the Marketplace community is an always-on resource where you can connect with peers and Microsoft experts to ask questions and get answers. So go-to-market benefits through Marketplace Rewards unlock based on Marketplace performance. They are available to everyone at no cost and refresh annually. Benefits are designed to drive traffic to your listing, attract new customers, and help you close more deals. ISVs that are most successful in Marketplace take advantage of these rewards. On average, these participants have 7 times higher Marketplace billed sales compared to ISVs that don't engage. All right, now I'd like to share a short video that highlights this year's Marketplace Partner of the Year, Wiz, and how they have used the Marketplace to drive their incredible business growth.
At Wiz, security is a pretty big deal. You could say it's our obsession. In a world where everyone needs protection, we've made it our mission to deliver security quickly through the cloud marketplaces. Wiz took a marketplace-first go-to-market approach that helped us become the fastest growing company in history.
Today, 70% of our revenue generated is through the marketplace, with Microsoft being a very large contributor to that.
Most of our customers have long-term commitments with Microsoft. They are actively requesting to transact through the marketplace.
It's beneficial because the customer can say, hey, let's use part of our Mac and purchase Wiz through it. I see a lot of our customers take advantage of that.
The marketplace streamlines procurements of hundreds and even sometimes thousands of vendors.
It's extremely quick, easy, familiar, repeatable for our customers versus going through a whole purchase order process, which could take weeks. Marketplace could literally take minutes to do, which is crazy time to value.
We're not just sellers, we're also Azure customers with a Mac. We know from our own experience the marketplace is the best way to transact.
Working with channel partners is extremely important and part of my team's strategy. So using multi-party private offers are really important. They open up your network. We can sell deals together. We can do larger transactions. It's a win-win solution for our customers.
Security is a superpower that we all need, and our go-to-market strategy is built for speed.
It means a lot for Wiz to be Microsoft Partner of the Year through the marketplace. It instantly gives us that credibility and opens the door for companies that we're trying to do more business with.
There's so much more that we can do together. The opportunities are boundless.
Okay. So, wow, that is incredible. 70% of their revenue goes through cloud marketplaces for Wiz. That's what we call a marketplace-first go-to-market strategy that we're beginning to see from ISVs more and more, and sometimes even seeing marketplace-only ISVs that choose to transact all of their revenue through cloud marketplaces. Before I get started, I'm going to do just one tiny bit of audience participation. I'd love to know how many of you in the audience are from entities that are ISVs, whether they're startups or established or software companies. Okay, so the vast majority. And do we have any channel partners in the room that might be engaging in multi-party private offers? 1 or 2. Okay, great. I also want to say congratulations to the 4 people that were willing to sit in the front row, besides the colleague and the guest speaker. Okay, so Wiz is one of those partners. They're not only good at taking advantage of the Microsoft Azure consumption commitment, the MAC that you heard them mention, also the multi-party private offers that I just mentioned. Those are Microsoft marketplace capabilities. They're also really good at using go-to-market benefits to fuel their sales growth. And there's a couple here that I want to touch on to share with you, especially because customer propensity scoring is a relatively new benefit. So if you're already engaged in Marketplace Rewards, that's great. You may not have used this yet. What this entails is us using our customer data and an ML model to help you target your pipeline. So how it works is you guys can send your target lists to us. We will then run that model against it and score it in high, medium, and low propensity. And then you can use that to direct your sellers with prescriptive guidance, if you choose, on how to engage with those candidates in your pipeline. And it's been really powerful for the ISVs that piloted it with us. We're now offering it broadly through Marketplace Rewards, and it's something that I hope you take advantage of. That customer propensity scoring combined with Azure sponsorship is a really powerful sales accelerator. So Azure sponsorship for Marketplace Rewards participants is primarily used to defray your cost of sales. So you can use it in your own Azure subscriptions for things like POCs and demos and trials. But you can also use it as a deal sweetener with your end customers, deploying those Azure dollars to your end customer accounts. And that propensity scoring combined with those Azure sponsorship credits for end customers is something we're seeing from our fastest growing marketplace publishers in terms of sales growth. So there's also some exciting new expanded benefits that we have, specifically focused on AI applications. In this era of AI, one of the most exciting developments is the innovative solutions that software companies are building. And we have seen explosive growth in the AI and ML category on our marketplace, and we want to do everything we can to support that. So we have a set of new things that we've brought to market recently. There's new technical guidance, specifically AI envisioning training days or workshops, as well as our one-on-one technical consults have been revamped to be able to focus specifically on AI development scenarios. Additionally, we have some new resources and dev tools, GitHub Copilot and financial incentives that are now available through ISV Success and Marketplace Rewards for those building and publishing AI applications. And richer benefits for those ISVs that are working on AI applications, both more credits and consults and accelerated earning and unlocking of the benefits. And I'm going to go a little bit more detail into each one of those. So launched just this month, very exciting, very current, AI Envisioning Days. These are monthly sessions that are offered in English with closed captioning for closed captioning in additional languages and offered in 3 different times a day to support different time zones. They are offered for both business and technical scenarios, and they can really help you get started on an AI project if you haven't already. They can help you pick the most impactful AI business scenario, and they can help you emerge from the workshops with a technical development plan ready to get started with. So for example, you can learn how to build or extend a Copilot. You can learn how to embed AI into your existing applications. And you can learn how to implement responsible AI practices. So if you haven't yet started with an AI project, I really encourage you to take advantage of these. You can engage with our generative AI experts from engineering and ask questions and get them answered. Regarding the resources and incentives, GitHub Copilot, so far within ISV Success, the GitHub resource that Olivia mentioned has been the GitHub Enterprise license. Hopefully you know that GitHub Copilot is the most widely used AI development tool built together with GitHub and OpenAI. It uses code completion and automatic programming that can take away the mundane tasks from developers and allow them to focus on problem solving and collaboration. And now the Azure sponsorship dollars that you have from within ISV Success can be put towards purchases of GitHub Copilot so that you can support your development team with that tool. Additionally, there's the financial incentives that I mentioned. So I'm really thrilled that we're able to offer these now within ISV Success and Marketplace Rewards. These are available for both AI applications and analytics applications, not just the AI scenario. And the incentives are targeted for ISVs that have earned the certified software designations. So here's how those financial incentives look. We have had, since GA within ISV Success, a core and expanded package, and now we're announcing a new advanced package of benefits. So the core package is available to all ISVs that would join the program, and that comes with up to 3 hours of one-on-one technical consultations and the $5,000 in the free Azure credits. And the expanded package for those ISVs with proven performance and a slightly higher commitment to marketplace, willingness and intent to publish transactable, they are offered up to 50 hours of the one-on-one consults for both building and publishing the apps, as well as $25K in the Azure credits. And now for this advanced package, we have 3 different types of incentives that are available for those AI projects. Up to $100,000 to build the projects, AI or analytics, up to $50,000 for then publishing them. And then for those of you that may be established ISVs that have legacy on-premises versions of your applications, there is additional incentives up to $50,000 per customer to migrate your end customers to the Azure-based, cloud-based version of your application that would be in Marketplace. So really exciting. If you're familiar with Azure Innovate and Azure Migrate and Modernize, that set of incentives for SIs still exists, and then for the ISV model, those are now being available through these programs. So there was a breakout session yesterday, breakout 337, which if you missed it, you can catch on demand. That provided more information about the certified software designations, which is how you can become eligible for these incentives. But in advance, at a high level for the certified software designations, you would have to first have a published transactable offer in Marketplace. You would have had to have undergone a technical audit to ensure that your application is well architected and interoperable with the Microsoft Cloud. And then you would have to have demonstrated customer and sales success to earn those. All right, so we also have expanded benefits along that journey of build, publish, and grow. So this is the final pillar there to support ISVs building on our AI stack and providing those AI projects with the expanded benefits. In the build and publish phase, those with verified AI projects, we're upgrading to that expanded package with the 5x more in Azure and what turns out to be essentially sort of unlimited consulting hours for the technical consults. And then for those that do publish, again, with the verified AI projects, what we're doing is accelerating the unlocking of those go-to-market benefits, so pulling them down to earlier levels of marketplace build sales achievement. So really exciting, some technical enablement, some financial incentives, and additional dev tools to get you to market faster, and then some earlier earning of the go-to-market benefits. So next, I'm super excited to welcome Mike Mason from Varonis to the stage. He is the Global Alliance Director for Varonis. Yeah. Mike,
thank you.
See you again.
Yeah, nice to see you.
Thanks for joining us. So like Wiz, Mike and Varonis are one of those ISVs that is really good at using the different benefits that we've provided to help support their sales success and experiencing a lot of marketplace growth. So we're going to sit down and enjoy asking him some questions. Thank you. Okay, so let's just start with, could you tell us a little bit more about Varonis and your solutions?
Yeah, first and foremost, thank you for everyone taking the time out to be here. But Varonis is a data security platform, and we are here to help customers protect their data. We are an Azure customer, and we also use the OpenAI in our platform.
That's great. We love to see those AI projects.
How did Varonis start using the cloud as your primary go-to-market channel?
Yeah, it started years back where our customers were pushing us to go to a SaaS model. We were an on-prem application that was helping customers protect their data, and they wanted us to be SaaS. So we decided to make that transition, and it took some time to make that transition. And that is how the journey got started with Azure. And from there, when we did that SaaS transition, our customers were asking us, can we transact in the marketplace? And that's how it all became a listing, because we're in we're fiscal, so we're in Q4, And our first customer on Marketplace required us to go through Marketplace. They wanted to get the deal done. They had some commit that they needed to spend and said, hey, we're willing to do this opportunity as long as we can put it through the Marketplace. So we scrambled, got the listing up in 30 days and less, did the transaction in time. So it was, that's how we got introduced, and that was roughly about 24 months ago.
That's great. We talk a lot about changing buying patterns and customers increasingly being comfortable or even preferring to find, try, buy online. It sounds like you guys experienced that as well.
Yeah, we experienced it firsthand. So, but you know, what we're seeing in the market is we're really meeting our customers where they want to transact. And so as this continues to be a momentum around Marketplace, your customers are going to ask you. And we want to service our customers. We're all customer obsessed. So we decided to be all in on Marketplace.
I love it. Can you share a little bit about some of the benefits that you've used that has helped support your transition and growth on Marketplace?
Yeah, there's a couple benefits out there, and I understand there's a lot of programs that Microsoft has, but they're well architected, right? They're well, you know where you are in your journey. And the way that we break it up at Varonis, there's the financial, and then there's the Marketplace rewards. So on the financial benefits, since we were using AI, we looked at the Innovate. And there was basically cash back that you could leverage because you were using the open AI model. So you had to, you know, as you said, you had to verify that we're using it. And then once you verified that we're using it, the funds there was cash into our bank account. And we were able to use that cash to further our development. So that was great. The second program that we took advantage of was the AMM, Azure Modernization.
Azure Migrate and Modernize.
Or, yeah.
Yep. Those are those cash incentives I was just going through.
The Migrate and Modernization. And really what we learned in that program, as we move our customers from on-prem to our SaaS offering, we are able, because your customer is going to drive, our customer is going to drive Azure consumption on our tenant. When that happens, Microsoft is willing to compensate us because we're modernizing our customers' stack. And in that process, we're able to, every time we do a conversion, we're eligible to get some more funds. Mm-hmm. And those funds have helped us do advancement in our go-to-market strategy with Microsoft. Like, we're here today with those funds exhibiting at the booth.
Yeah.
You know, so, and I would encourage you guys all to take a look at these programs. They're not there just to be there. They actually can benefit you quite a bit. And then the third program that we took a part of was Transact and Grow. As we continue to have that success in the Marketplace, Microsoft was willing to share in that success. So the more Marketplace transactions we did, we were able to get incentive. The more customers we moved to our Azure platform that we drew consumption, the more based on that reading, we were able to get more funds.
Yep.
So that was just the financial incentives, right? And you guys have to look through to see what's going to benefit you. Those were the three benefits, like the three programs that fit us the best, right? And now when we started going into Marketplace, was Marketplace rewards. We definitely took advantage of three things. There's a lot, depending on where you are in your journey, the Marketplace rewards continue to grow. Mm-hmm. You continue to add different elements of that. The three things that we took advantage of, the first one was a testimonial. Because this allowed us to have clout with the Microsoft field. That Microsoft was willing to endorse us, and also with our customers saying, like, yeah, we are a trusted partner. So that was the first one. The second was the Azure sponsorship. Mm-hmm. The Azure sponsorship that you're eligible for, we actually took that and helped our customers do Marketplace transactions. And we leveraged that to give back to our customers in trade-off to do so, like, listen, you're gonna take this through Marketplace because our platform does drive a little bit of Azure consumption on theirs. We're gonna give you some credits to offset that cost for like the first year.
Yep. And I think you shared with us that a lot of your customers buying on Marketplace are new to Marketplace. So perhaps there's a little bit extra heavy lifting and support you may have to do for that first transaction.
Yes, there is, and a lot of them are new. And you guys have, as we continue to grow, you have Fast Track, which has been fabulous, and it's really been making it a seamless transactions, which allows us to do like the power, what we call at Varonis is the power of three, because we were born out of the channel, and we were channel first. So in the power of three, we have the channel, we have Microsoft and us, and we're all working together to service our customers.
Nice.
And then there's one more that we did, the propensity to buy that you talked about.
Oh, excellent.
So we leverage the propensity to buy because, there's a lot of Microsoft customers. You have a lot of customers, and it tells us where to fish. So we're not going and asking every single player about Marketplace, right? We know in our pipeline, and then that allows us to enable our field. Have you asked about Marketplace yet? Have you done this yet, right? You have a great propensity to buy. We also pair that with, another vendor tackle and their propensity to buy. But when you pair that all together, now we're making data-driven decisions.
Love it.
Awesome. So I'm curious if you see any trends or commonalities across the customers that are purchasing Varonis through Marketplace.
Yeah, so when we look at the trends on the Marketplace, we're seeing internal alignment, right? When your customers, procurement knows, your IT engineering knows, like there's internal alignment around Marketplace, right? That is key in this whole trend, right? The next thing that we're seeing is procurement really enjoying the Marketplace. It's a seamless transaction. You just click the button and you purchased it. But that's the ease of the transaction. But where procurement is and finance is one bill. It's a consolidated bill. Okay, they're using CrowdStrike, they're using Wiz, they're using Varonis. It's all on one invoice, and it's just a line item. And not instead of getting 17 different invoices from 17 vendors, it's that one. And that's very powerful for the procurement team. And then I see as a trend is you guys are doubling down on Marketplace. We're doubling down on Marketplace, right? Your sellers are definitely incentivized to do Marketplace transactions, which creates that alignment in the field. And then the last thing I would say is the trend is MPO, Marketplace, a multiple party private offer, right? Because we are channel, this is not to replace our channel at all. It's to bring our channel and modernize our channel to give the best outcome for our customers.
And was there anything, these new customers to Marketplace, despite that, some of the deal sizes you've seen, like increased deal sizes relative to your off-Marketplace sales, is that correct?
Yeah, we're seeing a multiple, like a 3x multiple on the Marketplace transactions, right? If you look at all the studies out there, it's right in line, like the Wiz, like 20% higher, right? We're seeing 3x. We're seeing faster time to close, right? When it goes to that procurement cycle, like where are they going to do it, how are they going to bill for it, and do that all goes away. It's just, okay, we're going through Marketplace. All right, just hit this button. After you have all the terms and conditions agreed to, that's it, right? And no PO, none of that stuff, and it just really streamlines the process.
I love it. So, creating that internal alignment, that's really good advice for people that haven't used Marketplace very much. Yeah. Is there any other advice that you would share with organizations that are perhaps newer in their Marketplace journey?
If you're newer in your Marketplace journey and you're looking at the internal alignment, that internal alignment, you need to get champions in each one of those. Like you got to have a champion in finance. You have to have a champion in ops. You have to have a champion in sales. You have to champion in marketing as well, right? We also have a champion in enablement, right? Which allows, they're all rowing the same way, right? It's not the alliance team on an island by themselves just trying to figure this out. There's benefits for every single one of our stakeholders in our business for Marketplace, like finance. Let's talk about it. With Marketplace, it's more predictable. We know when the bills are coming in. They know when we're going to get paid. They like it. We get paid sometimes a lot faster. If they're an enterprise customer, we're paid within 15 days of doing the transaction. Where finance is calling Alliance and asking, hey, why are we getting paid so fast? Like it's a thing of beauty, right? So that's around the internal alignment. Make sure you have a champion in each one, because marketplace does touch pretty much every facet of your business, right? In addition to that, when you're working with your sales team, encourage your sales teams to ask early and often. You can't ask enough, because if, depending on your platform or what you're selling, right, we sell to security buyers. Security buyers don't know if they have a Mac or not. They maybe not know about marketplace, right? But the more you ask about that, because when it goes to, looking for the buying process and things like that in your sales cycle, if you bring that up, they will eventually go to procurement, because procurement's usually the ones that know about the spend and stuff like that. And then when you start asking about that, start bringing in, which goes to the third advice, is start bringing in the Microsoft field team, because the Microsoft field team can help you bridge that gap. They're going to know if they have a Mac. They're going to know, which you also put the Mac if they have it in Partner Center now too, by the way. So if you do the referrals. But when you start working with the Microsoft reps, they can add a lot of value to your deal. So that's why we're very adamant about the power of 3, right? Because they're going to know the procurement context. They're going to know how it all works. They're going to know all those projects that the customer's doing and kind of where your project sits in. So I couldn't encourage you enough to get the Microsoft, first ask early and often about Marketplace, and if there's a legitimate opportunity here, get the Microsoft field involved in your deals. They can bring a lot of value to your deal. And then when you're working with the Microsoft field, I would ask you guys, don't be another vendor, because there's a lot of different ISVs that are knocking on doors trying to just get in these accounts. Don't be that way. Bring value to them. We have 3 questions that we ask. Who are you working with, right? Where are you in the deal? And what is your specific ask? And if the specific ask is, can they get me into the account? The answer is no. The answer is absolutely not. But if you have those 3 things, then when you put it in Partner Center and you work that workflow, you bring a lot more value to that. Indicates to the Microsoft field that you are a true partner and that you're ready to transact.
Yeah. One other thing you just made me think of regarding bringing in the Microsoft account team. If you are choosing to use Azure sponsorship as a deal sweetener in any of your marketplace transactions, we do require that the Microsoft account team is aware and agrees that that's a good thing to bring to that deal because of the insights they have on the Mac status that that customer might have. So you don't want to have to scramble to try to get that alignment with the Microsoft account team last minute.
But they're super open to it, though, right? Because, there might be a little bit of Mac, but they have MBS quota relief, right? Then we report Pracker because we're an Azure customer. They're going to get the Pracker quota relief. So there's more alignment for the field beyond the sponsorship credit. Right. But it's been a great journey.
That's great.
Looking ahead, what's next for Varonis and Marketplace?
What's ahead for us is what I would say is we're doubling down, right? We have incentives for our sellers to go through Marketplace for Q4, right? So that is because we built the alignment internally, and when we started to show the success, they're like, how do we do more? How do we do more, right? And as we continue to grow, they want Marketplace dollars flowing through at a good rate. Right? So that is, that's one looking ahead. The other thing that we're looking ahead is we're going to make it a strategic motion, like a very strategic motion in our play, right? That, Wiz was able to do it from the start, to do it Marketplace first. We were channel first, but what's that's doing, it's bringing our channel together, right? Under one single motion. Which is fantastic, right? And then what's ahead for us is what you showed on the destinations. We're not even in a destination yet, right? So we're really looking forward to getting into a destination and bringing value to your verticalization as you verticalize across that and really speaking the language in each vertical, right? And really being part of their playbook when it comes to data security.
For the software designations. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you. Well, it is great seeing ISVs like Varonis and their growth on Marketplace. So thank you so much for sharing that.
Yeah, no,
with the
thank
audience.
you guys.
All right.
You want to say anything?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Okay, so he was talking about a lot of the different benefits from Marketplace Rewards. So I just want to do a quick high-level overview of that. If you are involved already, great. But many ISVs don't do as good of a job as Varonis or Wiz in using all of the array of benefits. And if you aren't involved, if you're already published to Marketplace, it is free to join. It is a wide open door, just like the front door of ISV Success. And the benefits are all free and they refresh annually, as Olivia mentioned. So here's how it works. It's a concept of the more you perform, the more you earn. So the benefits unlock based on your Marketplace billed sales, or what we refer to as MBS. So the benefits start actually at the $0 tier with listing optimization services, and then we have additional tiers starting at $25K and ranging all the way up to $4 million, and that's in what we call trailing 12 months. So it's an annual look, but not based on our fiscal year, it's based on when you joined. Along with these tiers, there unlocks some of these benefits that you heard about: customer testimonials, social amplification, case studies, seller webinars, etc. That customer propensity scoring benefit that I mentioned unlocks at the 100K MBS tier. That's a particularly important tier, if you will. All sales, every dollar of sales is a good dollar, but the 100K tier actually unlocks some additional things within Marketplace Rewards and outside of it. So that's where that transact and grow cash incentive comes into play. That's also where you can earn IP co-sell if you're not already a co-sell ready partner. Most ISVs know that you can earn that through $100,000 in Azure consumed revenue, ACR. You can also earn it and unlock it through 100K in MBS, which is a faster, quicker way to earn it because that's the full sales price of your apps, not just the ACR component. So a lot of things happen at the 100K level. You can also see on this chart the amounts of Azure sponsorship grants that unlock, starting just with the $2,000 at 25K in sales and all the way up to $400,000 at the 4 million tier. And again, those refresh annually, so it's something that ISVs can continue to use to fuel their sales. So this is a program that we have had in market for about 6 years now, supporting ISVs, and we are always trying to continually grow it with new benefits. But there's one last announcement that I want to share that's really exciting to me, that we're extending Marketplace Rewards to support channel partners that are transacting on Marketplace. And that's because we have those multi-party private offers available now in the US, Canada, and the UK. So if you do sell through a channel, we'd love for you to help them get successfully enrolled in multi-party private offers. There's about 4 or 5 steps they have to do. It's not very hard. It's not as hard as publishing an offer to Marketplace, but it can take a few days, so we encourage people to have their channel do that in advance of a deal wanting to close. And then you can also make them aware of this opportunity to unlock Azure sponsorships that they could use at the deal level to support those deals. If you aren't sure if your channel is involved or enrolled already in Marketplace Rewards, we do publish the list monthly, and so that is something that you can look up and see which channel partners are engaged, and you can figure out if some of the ones that you're already working with. So now that's my portion. Back over to Olivia to close out the session.
Thanks, Yvonne. All right, as we wrap up today's session, we hope you leave with these 3 key takeaways. The first is that there is an incredible opportunity to deliver differentiated solutions to your customers with AI. Second, you can simplify sales and tap into a global customer base through Marketplace. And as Mike mentioned, really meeting customers where they are as they start to change their own purchasing patterns. And third, there are resources and benefits tailored to the different stages where you might need assistance, whether it's building, publishing, or trying to grow your Marketplace sales. There's an offer and there are different resources and incentives that you can tap into. And so we encourage you all to take action. We've rounded up the most important resources to make it easy so you can enroll in ISV Success, join our Marketplace community, As Yvonne just mentioned, check if your channel partner is enrolled in MPO, and if not, you can refer your channel partner. And also, you should learn more about AI in the marketplace overall. The AI envisioning events that we just launched are super helpful and educational. We've got amazing technical experts walking you through how to develop frameworks for prioritizing use cases, as well as how to accelerate and execute on those use cases. You can engage in marketplace rewards. Yvonne just shared all of the details there. There's a lot of good stuff to tap into. And then unlock some of those traditional incentives. Mike mentioned the Transact and Grow incentive, and so that is another opportunity to really lean in. And then finally, our ISV Hub website is a great resource for you. You can use tools such as App Advisor and the Marketplace Value Calculator. You can also come by our booth in the Hub area and check both of those out. And then last but not least, while here at Ignite, please don't miss out on these other upcoming sessions on Marketplace. We have more for you both later today and tomorrow in different formats, both the theater as well as breakout sessions. And this includes quick tips, step-by-step instructions, and more to help you capture this opportunity. And with that, thank you everyone for the time. And if you have a couple of minutes, we'd love to hear your thoughts if you could fill out the survey. Thank you.
Thank you.